What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the trade recap. Today is the 5th of almost the 5th of Tuesday, the 5th of May, 2026, and we're gonna go in right from the day. Today I made around $3,000 or so. I caught longs this morning, and we're gonna go over it straight from the Discord. I did forget to open the Discord again, but we are going to go over it. Actually, this morning I was not thinking that I was going to actually take a trade because of the fact that the market looked like this. But yeah, so this morning we were at all-time highs, just pushing higher. We had no good draws higher, and then the only draw lower we had was this 1 hour retrace, which would cause a complete high time frame reversal, which I did not want to try to predict. Obviously, you want to react from the market, what it's telling you, and not predict it. This felt like it would be sort of a prediction, predicting a reversal because we are, completely bullish. We are making higher highs and higher lows consistently. So for us to just randomly inverse structure and retrace into that gap didn't really make that much sense. But yeah, there's really nothing to target that I would be comfortable with today. The only thing that I would have is these psych levels. And I will explain what psych levels are right now for these people in the video or for you guys that are watching the video that do not understand or know what psych levels are. I will explain those right now before I get into why I took the trade and how I took it. So I approached the market obviously a little bit different today, considering the conditions that we had. What a psych level is when we are at all-time highs, when we are pushing higher and higher and higher, we're obviously not going to have draws lower, right? So if we don't have a draw lower, I'm going to full screen this right now. So if we do not have a draw lower, if we do not have a draw higher, we can continue. And you guys might be wondering, how are we supposed to know when we reverse? How are we supposed to know, when we should expect a reaction, blah, 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 right? So what you need to be doing when you are trying to trade all-time highs with no draws higher is using psych levels. A psych level is going to be every 50 and 100. So as you can see right here, we have 28,050 is right here. The next level that I was targeting is 28,100, right? I'm going to get over why these levels work, and I'm going to get over why these levels were my target and how I use them today. So off of market open, what did we do? Well, we came down and we swept out these lows. Didn't really mean much to me. What did mean much is the market open candle that came up and rejected all-time highs. That did kind of make me wonder, okay, do we still want to deliver higher? Do we still want to go higher? We are at all-time highs. We should just, make a smooth move up. I am glad that we did end up getting this rejection to these lows for a little bit because it gave me more room to have, my psych levels. But yeah, we came down here, we set out these lows, and then we had a good reaction to the upside. I did take a trade. Mid candle right here. This was literally my exact entry. Big candle right here. Stop loss was at the bottom of that low, right? If we are going to sweep a point on liquidity, and we are going to sweep something that, meant a lot to us, right? If we're going to have a reaction off of this point, if we sweep it, we should not come down and revisit that point, right? If we were truly going to go higher, right? Normally in a liquidity sweep for a bear scenario, you see a lower low, and then we get a high, right? That's what you see it. And for a bullish, you see a higher high, we go lower, right? So if I am trying to find my best stop loss, my best chance of getting or staying in this trade, ideally, I am in here and I'm looking at, okay, what is my invalidation zone? What point am I going to find on this chart that's going to say, hey, if I go down to this point right here, my trade idea is most likely going to be invalidated, right? We want our stop loss to be at a point where if it goes to this point, 99% of the time, your trade is going to be invalidated, right? So that's exactly what I did with this, right? We set up these lows, and I put my stop loss there. How did I approach this, right? Because obviously you guys are looking at this. ES looks a little bit different, and I'm going to show you guys how I approach this. We did not have the same draws this morning on ES at all. They were not the same. ES was not at all-time highs at all, and some of you guys are probably wondering, how do you even mark out draws when the NASDAQ is at all-time highs, but ES doesn't even look the same? What you do is you're going to go on the hourly for both of these indexes, right? You're going to go on the hourly for the NASDAQ, you're going to go on the hourly for S&P 500. When you go on the hourly for both of these indexes, you are going to mark out the draw that looks so similar in direction, right? Direction and location, right? Whenever I this morning was, what's it called? What is that called? When I was comparing my draws, like whenever I was analyzing them and trying to figure out which ones were like similar in terms of reaction, I looked at the location, right? I looked at where we were in the chart compared to where the draws were, right? So on the S&P 500, we were at a certain point, and there were draws that should have been our reacting levels of us reversing down. I found those draws on the S&P 500 and compared them to what I could use on the NASDAQ, which was the cycle levels that I had marked out. Those two draws were very similar. We were in the similar location. Okay, perfect. They should have the exact same reaction when we are reaching these points, right? And if they don't, they should continue, which is good in my scenario, right? I am predicting for it to have a reaction at this level, and if not, right, we should continue. And I was already break even, so everything was free. So to get into this trade again, sorry, it was a little bit of a yap, but some people were confused on how I even got to this point, right? So whenever the NASDAQ was displacing, right, we had this super strong displacement, and we ended up taking the first cycle level, like I told you guys, the 2850. That was, it was something over here on it might have been this, I could be wrong, might have been this. I don't think so, because I TP'd 847. It could have been this, right? So I went break even at this first cycle level, right? Because again, like I tell you guys, these cycle levels, same thing as a draw on liquidity. These levels can be reversed on. What if the market only wanted this 50 level and not the 100? Right? So this level is what the market likes to reverse off of. So if I am in here trading like this and I'm trading towards these levels, it makes sense to go break even at this point because we could reverse and we could have a reaction. Like as you guys can see, we took this first level. We had a little bit of a reaction. Maybe it was just a retrace. Maybe it wasn't. Right? We had a reaction, then we continued higher. So the same type of thing is with these levels over here. Right? I just matched up where we were in terms of location, and I matched it to these cycle levels on here. I went break even right here, and my TP was at the 28,100 level. Very, very simple. It was literally higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, all the way to my draw. It was a very, very easy trade. A lot of people did not catch the trade. That is my whole reasoning. I'm going to make a video later today about comparing your draws and basically what I just explained. But yeah, this is how I traded today. If we go to the calendar, how do you do that on here? Right, I got slipped yesterday because I was on a hotspot. But yeah, this is what the calendar is looking like. Brand new. What's it called? Damn, eval. After getting molested by my Lucid fundeds, I got my accounts completely removed. Apparently, I was hedging. I was not hedging. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you guys don't understand anything. I will help you guys out. I will see you guys tomorrow I'll see you guys in a little bit here making the YouTube video for you guys. And if you guys watch to the end of this video, comment muffin. DM me muffin for a surprise, and I will send the first person to DM me that a surprise. See you later.